Shalom, this is your one I done with the men of Valor Camp. I want to give all praises due to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elect. Shouts to the elders who brought so many people into this thing and continue to be diligent and faithful. And, Lord willing, they can continue to do that. Lord willing, whatever I say today may just alert somebody or, even just build somebody up, build myself up. But, just want to be informative in these times. So I'm reading a article on the New York Post, and the article says the sun entered a lockdown period, which can cause freezing, weather, and famine. Now, for those of us that know the scripts, that sounds familiar. So it says our sun has gone into lockdown, which could cause freezing weather, earthquakes, famine, and scientists say the sun is currently in a period of solar minimum, meaning activity on its surface has fallen dramatically. Experts believe we are about to enter the deepest period of sunshine recession ever recorded, as sunspots have virtually disappeared. Astronomer Dr. Tony Phillips says solar minimum is underway and is a deep one. Sunspots counts suggest it is one of the deepest of the past century. The sun's magnetic field has become weak, allowing extra cosmic rays into the solar system. Excess cosmic rays pose a health hazard to astronauts and polar air travelers, affect the electrochemistry of the Earth's upper atmosphere, and may trigger lightning. NASA scientists fear it could be a repeat of the Dalton minimum, which happened between 1790 and 1830, leading to periods of brutal cold, crop loss, famine, and powerful volcanic eruptions. Temperatures plummeted by up to 2 degrees Celsius, 35.6 degrees Fahrenheit, over 20 years, devastating the world's food population. On April 10th of 1815, the second largest volcanic eruption in 2,000 years happened at Mount Tambora in Indonesia, killing at least 71,000 people. It also led to the so-called year without a summer in 1816, also named 1800 and froze to death. Also nicknamed 1800 and froze to death. When there was snow in July. Now keep in mind, there was snow in May. So right now we're in the month of May, and there was just recently snow. So something to consider. So this past year, the sun's been blank with no sunspots 76% of the time. A rate surpassed only once before the space age. Last year, when it was 77% blank. Now I'm no astronomer, or I don't know much about this, but in the scriptures, if we go to Matthew, well, actually, let's start with Luke 21 and 11. It says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be there from heaven." That's one. This is Matthew 24 and 20. "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day." Now, why would it say that? Why? What significance does it have? So you got to consider that maybe that's a warning. Obviously, I can't tell the future. I don't know what's going to happen at all, but I do know that it snowed in May. I mean, I know this book is a book of prophecies, so this is very possible, very likely. And something to keep an eye on, because with the with the coronavirus and the meat being tainted, there's already going to be a famine. But then, if it's freezing weather and crops can't grow, then that's going to make it a million times worse. So that being said, we got to get our stuff together, starting with me. And again, it's hard because you got to fight your own demons. You got to deal with yourself. Like, you literally can be in the house and then you just like, yo, I want to see naked girls. I want to see porn. I want to, like, you never know. Like, you could just get distracted by yourself. You can't focus on scriptures. There's things that happen to us. Your mind just may not be where it needs to be. Maybe the Most High took your spirit, and we just got to pray for it back. But nonetheless, we still got to, make sure that we at least warn the others. So salute to the brothers that never stop. Like I said, I'm always going to have a blemish myself for not continuing or not having the spirit at some point, but nonetheless, I'll be dealt with for that. But in the meantime, whoever this can reach, Lord willing, it does. And actually, on Instagram earlier, well, yesterday, we was talking about, just bring this full circle before I finish. Yesterday, Swiss Beats and Joe Buttons. It sounds like it's gonna be like, makes no sense. Swiss Beats and Joe Buttons were talking about how rappers should like pay taxes or have some type of fund so that everyone can be fine and no one's broke and stuff like that. And Swiss Beats was credited with it, but Joe Budden had been talking about it for a long time, and I got frustrated with it. The same way Joe Budden started. I don't know if you guys have been familiar with the Instagram versus battles, but the Instagram versus battles, Joe Budden also was Joe Budden was also the first person to suggest or ask for that, and he doesn't get the credit. Swiss Beats does. So me, being myself, I got a little frustrated, just because I'm a fan of Budden. I just said like I want my man to get his credit. My boy Zakaria, which is a brother in the Men of Valor camp, good brother. He sent me some Joe Budden lyrics, and I'm going to get to this point. So, this is a Joe Budden lyric from the song Idols. It says, "This is true shit. Don't take his genius to see what the genius is doing. I ain't got the reach to do it, so let me reach who can do it." So, perhaps maybe I don't have the reach on this page that other brothers have, but at the end of the day, you're not in this or you're not doing this to reach everybody, because it's not for everybody. You here to wake up who wants to be woken up. For he who has an ear, let him hear. You here for that. So if you reach one person, then you know what? I don't have the reach to do it, but let me reach who can do it. So maybe that person might be the person that you spark. And you allow, well, not allow, but Most High allows to blossom and get the message out further. So it's all about pushing it further. Like Tupac said, I may not change the world, but I guarantee I sparked the brain. Now, I'm not saying or likening myself to that, but I'm using a scenario like that. So when we do these small videos, it's helpful and therapeutic to us. But also, you never know who watches. You never know who might get inspired. So just look at it from that way. Ain't got the reach to do it, so let me reach who can do it. With that said, like I said, those scriptures in that article, it's pretty interesting. But till next time, Lord willing, shalom. And it was funny. Before I go, actually, I was racking my brain because I just couldn't think of a topic. I was just like I didn't know what to say or do a video on the past couple of days, and that's the first thing that came to mind once I saw the article earlier. So I kind of felt compelled. It's 3 in the morning right now, but and you can just put it off, and you can say I'm gonna do it the next day, and then it ends up being the next day. Next thing you know, it's a week. Next thing you know, it's 2 weeks. Next thing you know, it's 3 weeks, and you ain't did shit. You gotta just, sometimes just say fuck it and make that sacrifice. But, like I said a moment ago, till next time, Lord willing, shalom.